our final character, the evil queen, we are going to pick a new color scheme. For her, I'm going to use the rectangle color scheme. So for this, I'm going to select the color purple, blue, and yellow and orange. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, this scheme uses 4 colors that are arranged into 2 complementary pairs. This is a very intense color scheme and can sometimes be very difficult to work with. But this color scheme does work well if you have one dominant color. So in this case, the color that I want to try with our queen is blue. We haven't really used the color blue in any of the other characters, so it might be fun to try it with her. Now, just as I did with the previous characters, I'm going to go ahead and paint in her skin tone first. I'm going to paint it a nice cool purple color because I just want her to have that outworldly kind of feel to her. And I know this feels very repetitive. It's like I'm doing the same thing for each character, but this is also to show you how you can apply all these different color schemes to your characters and how there's many variations that you can play with. Now I'm going to go ahead and select the color blue, and we're going to paint her entire outfit this color since it is the most dominant color and she is wearing her outfit is pretty much covering her entire body, so that's why we're going to paint it blue, so it'll be the dominant color. Now I'm going to go ahead and use yellow to paint on the belt and to break up this big shape as well. Now I only want to use this as an accent. Don't want to make it too overwhelming. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in her gloves with a darker blue. And of course, let's go ahead and paint in those spikes. Right now, they're too gray. And once we kind of fill up the whole character, it'll be easier to gauge, what color I want to start focusing in on. Now I'm using the purples that are here to add in a little bit of an accent. I didn't think it worked really good earlier on. It was a little too overwhelming. So I think just maybe a brush of purple somewhere at the bottom. I still want the blue to really shine through on her outfit. Now let's go ahead and bring some of that purple accent up here on the spikes. I'm just going to go ahead and erase some of this out because I want to emphasize that web-like motif on her outfit as much as I can. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start adding in a little bit of shadow and dimension to our queen. And I just want to go ahead and add a little more shadow toward her spikes so that, they don't look so flat right now. And I'm gonna just select a lighter purple to bring out some of that highlight. Go ahead and bring a little dark shadow in this area as well, just some more dimension. Now I also just want to go ahead and kind of clean up that big blue space that is above her dress, that kind of V shape. It's a little messy right now. Now I want to pay more attention to her face. Now, just like I did with Snow White, where I used the red lipstick as, a focal point on her, I'm going to similarly do that to my queen as well. I'm just going to use a lot more of a purple color that's very saturated and deep and really stands out on her face. And I'm just going to bring some warmth toward her nose. It's a slightly warmer purple. I'm cheating a little bit, but if it can work and you can think you can get away with it, why not? Let's try that. And I'm also going to add in a darker outline around her eyes as well, so we can really bring those out now. I want to give her those nice big wide eyes that my Snow White character also has. I've just cleaned up my character a little bit more, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little more of that purple on her gloves as well. Like I said, wherever we can kind of add in a mix of colors and blend them together properly, if we can get away with that, do that as often as you can, because otherwise things can seem very like put together, almost like a paint by numbers kind of a thing. We don't really want that. We want to be able to look like it looks cohesive all over. Now the yellow color that is on her belt, I want to add a little more accents of yellow all around her outfit now. So why don't we add a little bit of that to that web motif that was on her dress? It can kind of look like web embroidery now. Now I'm also going to take that gold and also add it up on the collar around her neck. Let's go ahead and bring some of that purple down into her corset area. Now taking the purple, I'm going to go ahead and create a border around the belt. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually add a little bit of warmth to her skin. I think she was looking a little too alien-esque for my liking. So we're going to bring some of that into her. A little bit of warmth, not too much. Now, I don't think that we have enough orange in there. I'm going to add a little bit of that to her crown. It looks very like bare and simple right now. Let's make it a little more grand. Now again, using that similar motif that I had done on my huntsman, I just added a little more spacing between my brush, and this creates a cool beaded-like effect on our queen's crown. And I'm also going to add some of that down on her outfit as well. And I'm just adding a little more orange now because I didn't add enough of it. And like I said, we're not going to overdo it. It's just accents. So I think I'm pretty happy with my queen character so far. Now when I look at all my characters, I'm very excited to see the lineup. We tried 3 different color schemes for our characters. Snow White was analogous, the dwarf was a triad, the huntsman was the split complementary, and our queen was the rectangle color scheme. And I think we are pretty much done with all of our characters. I'm quite happy with how they are all looking. And I hope that you get a better idea of how to use a color wheel, as well as a better understanding of basic color theory. For more courses just like this, please visit tutpad.com. Good luck with your paintings!